Okay, here we are back in Always Sometimes Monsters, and we have to go find out about our car. So, mechanic stands we couldn't get into when we checked it out, but it's somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. Come on, Stan, you know I'll get you the money eventually. That's not the point, Preacher. The car's not leaving the shop until I'm paid back in full. Maybe next time don't bet more than you can afford to lose, huh? Right, I know, I learned my lesson. And you'll be right there just waiting for me when I slip up again, too. Do you ever get tired of profiting off others' failings? Possibly, haven't had too much of a break to ponder it, though. Hey, I'll cut you a deal since we're old friends and all. Want this car out of here so badly, how about we take one final bet for all the marbles? I just finished construction on the track out back. I've been meaning to give it a good test run. One lap, fastest across the finish line walks away with the victor. You win, the debt's cleared, and you get the keys back. Come on, Sam, I'm not falling for it again. I made a promise to God. Well, we wouldn't want to upset the big spooky almighty, would we? Sounds like Mark's having a bit of trouble. We'll work our way over there in a second. Now that I think about it, I never checked this place for a figure. No. I want to talk to your buddy there. Who's your little friend, Preacher? Seems a little old to be a choir boy, don't he? This is Hero. He's one of the reasons I need the car back. Well, why don't you say so? Heck, if you're not willing to bet your ride, I may as well extend the offer to Hero here. So, what do you say? Ever wanted to own a hot rod before? I've still technically got the right to do whatever I like with the Preacher's car. Which one is that exactly? Well, it's obviously the shittier of the two. Nothing beats my car. Go on, let's see how I can guess. Is it the blue one? Wrong. Haha, as if the Preacher could afford anything as exquisite as the Indigo Demon. Nope, his is the far shittier Crimson Savior. Good luck surviving a sharp turn with that thing. Don't sweat it, it's still one hell of a vehicle. Normally I wouldn't risk losing such leverage, but I like the way you look. If you're willing to gamble, I'm game. What are the terms? One lap around my newly completed racetrack, fastest time wins. Provided you don't wipe out and wreck yourself, that is. You win, you get the keys back to the Preacher's car. I win, now what do I want? If I win, you gotta work for free out in the back in the scrapyard for the next 3 months. And don't think you can run away from it either. Mechanic Stan always collects on debts owned. 3 months? That's insane, how am I supposed to live making no money? Oh, don't worry about that. I'll throw you a little bread or two every week. Wouldn't want you starving. Besides, I'm sure the good Preacher will help you look after you, right? It's not like he's going anywhere soon either. No, don't worry. I play fair on all my bets. You can ask the Preacher man. He'll tell you I'm no cheat. I'll give you as much time as you want to make sure the car is a good working order before we drive. Heck, I'll even let you work in my shop if you need to. Only rule I won't break on though is that once you say you're ready to go, there's no turning back. Gotta have some principles, know what I mean? Mark, what do you think? It's dangerous. Not only is Stan a crafty bastard, but he's one hell of a driver. As that may be, it's our only way out of town. There's no bus service to San Verdano, and I don't know where we could get another car. And we don't have a choice, do we? We always have a choice, baby boy. Unfortunately, the alternative is giving up on San Verdano. I'll help you no matter what you decide to do, but this is a decision you have to make on your own. So what's it going to be? Do I risk it all? I can't do it. There's gotta be more options than this. Forget it, Stan. I'm not playing your games. I will. Change of heart then, Preacher? I promise I get Hero to the church on time. By the Lord's might, I'll do it. Good, then settled. Let's shake on it. I'm starting to get hungry. Welcome back to the game, Preacher. I'll see you two later. Don't try anything funny while I'm gone. Remember, God's watching. Why'd you do that? We could have found something else. It's gonna be just fine, baby boy. This is a test of our faith, I know it. Don't you worry about a thing, we've got God on our side. Well, ain't that a relief? Well, let's go take a look at this old beast and see how she's doing. It's been a while since I checked under the hood of old Crimson Savior. Yeah, gambling is not a very heroic thing to do. So, how's it looking? You think we actually got a chance to win? Well, it ought to run just fine, but Stan's track is a bit of a doozy. I reckon it's got a top speed high enough to clear the jump, but she doesn't do corners so well. You should find some time to look at the course when you get a chance. Odds are we can probably do a few upgrades on the cheap, but we gotta know what we need. I think that's enough excitement for today, though. What do you say to grabbing some lunch at the bacon barn? There's someone I want you to meet, so how about I see you there in a couple minutes? Sounds good to me. Well, it sure beats walking to San Verdano, I guess. Afternoon of the 16th day. There's Bacon Barn. Remember we passed on the way in. Can I get that second burger with no pickles? Second burger, huh? Did you order for me already? Wouldn't dream of it, this one's for Carla. The little thing can't stand pickles. Who the heck is Carla? Oh, I hadn't mentioned, did I? She's my girlfriend, the love of my life. Why don't you order yourself something and come sit down? She'll be here any minute. Well, I already have some things. Do I have to buy something new? Nope. Now that's a good-looking burger. Healthy appetite's a good thing. You know, it's not fancy, but boy do I love me some Bacon Barn. Quick service, you know, they don't keep you waiting on your food. Yeah, I guess so. Speaking of waiting around forever, where the heck is that woman? It's just like Carla to leave you hanging on a date while your meal goes cold. She's probably tied up with work again. From what little she tells me, I gather her boss rides her pretty hard. She doesn't work at the strip club, does she? By the way, when were you going to mention you had a girlfriend? Oh, I didn't think it was that big of an issue. We haven't been dating too long, but I gotta say the connection is definitely there. She's such a good and honest girl, got a real good heart and a real pure soul. Maybe I'm speaking a little prematurely, but I think she might be the one. Look at you getting all giddy about her. That's really sweet. I can't help it. When you get the feeling gets you. Sometimes you're just sure about certain people. You know what I mean, baby boy? That gut instinct that says you're meant to be together? More often than not, that feeling turns out to be right. In my opinion, good things happen when you follow your heart. Well, I'm happier than I've been in a long while, anyhow. Carla's got a lot to do with that, I think. Speak of the devil. Sorry I'm late, babe. Work was killer so far today. I'm already dead tired. No problem at all, sugar. Why don't you meet my friend? Carla, this is Hero. Hero, this is Carla. Pleasure to meet you, Hero. How are you enjoying Salt City so far? Mark mentioned you were from Dubstown? Yeah, this place sure is different. It's pretty nice, I like it a lot. Seems like the city's got a bit of everything. That strip joint to the north seems pretty crazy, though. It's nothing but dim light and drunken idiots. Ain't nothing good can come from wasting your time there. Just thinking of those poor girls debasing themselves for money like that breaks my heart. I can't imagine how embarrassing it must be living that sort of double life. Right, I hear ya. Enough of that for now. How about we eat something? So, what have you two been up to today? Well, I just got back from Stan's shop. Looks like I'll be getting the keys back before long. You're not gambling again, are you? You know that never ends well when you're betting with that creep. It's just a little bet, and it's for Hero. I know I said I wouldn't, but what else do you expect me to do? That doesn't make it any better, you know? Hero, don't tell me you let him agree to this. Afraid so, already shook hands and everything. It's just a little race around Stan's track. What's the worst that could happen? You're kidding me, right? How does wrecking in a smoldering ball of fire sound? Mark, there's no way you're going to tell me that car's ready for a race. I thought you said it was good as gold, a top-notch vehicle. Well, she is. It's just Crimson Savior might need a few little upgrades before she's in peak condition. What kind of upgrades are we talking about? Keep in mind that we don't have a ton of money or time at this point. Well, I figure we're gonna need some new tires for starters. Stan's track isn't exactly Grand Prix material. Huh, you can say that again. What I mean is, it wouldn't do us any favors losing a wheel to some rogue shrapnel. Alright, where can I get those? In our budget, they're gonna have to come second-hand. You know, I bet you convinced Darren over at the Big Dog Boxing Club to give you a set. He He uses them for training his fighters. Membership's been a little low these days, so he'll have extras to spare. Okay, I'll go talk to Darren about the tires then. Just be sure you're ready to break a sweat. Darren doesn't let anyone leave his club in a dry shirt. What else is on the list for repairs? What isn't on the list? Well, the gear shift has a tendency to stick, unfortunately. There's nothing worse than being on a straightaway and getting caught in low gear. Shouldn't be too hard to fix. We can find some industrial cleaner and give it a good rinse. Only problem is the stuff we need is really strong. Over-the-counter stuff won't cut it, I'm afraid. Where can we get that, then? We'll need to find someone who deals with these sort of chemicals regularly. Here's a fellow, James I think his name is. Hangs out near the closed super gas just north of the trailer park. Troubled kid, but he knows his chemistry, that's for sure. You're not talking about the Skid Row weirdo, are you? You know what he does for a living, don't you? Never pay that any mind, it's not our place to judge. Some people ain't got the luxury of choosing their path in life. No sense looking down on them for it. Hey, whatever you two want. Now, I gather he's a bit of a paranoid sort, so be prepared for a lot of mistrust. Alright, I'll see about paying him a visit. Is that everything then? Well, Crimson Savior's never been too good at corners. Stan's course has got a curve sharper than a jagged tin can. Unless we upgrade the suspension, we might not handle it. We could end up completely wiping out. New suspension? How the heck are we going to afford that? Well, you're right, they ain't cheap. Thankfully, though, Stan's not the only gearhead in town. Oh yeah? Who's that? Another one of the folks in the trailer park, old guy named Grafton. He lives in the blue trailer all by himself, spends way too much time by the campfire. Back in his prime, he was something of a premier mechanic, or so I've heard. Honestly, don't know much more than that, but if I can guess what we need, it's him. I actually know who you're talking about. We met on my way into town. Oh well, then I guess this'll be a piece of cake. See, the plan's coming together like a real good thing. The way I see it, we'll have the keys back within a week. Alright, let me just write this all down so I can keep it straight. Got our car part list. Now it's gonna take some time to get everything, so don't dilly-dally on it. I know you're not interested in staying here too long. Right, we gotta move on eventually. Speaking of getting a move on, I'm due back at the church. Carla, you be good. Hero, I guess come and find me at the church tomorrow, we can get a start on that list. You be good, darling. You too, sweetheart. Well, I'm about finished my food. I think there's supposed to be a width or something there. What do you say we go sit outside a minute before I've got to go back to work? Sure, lead the way. It's really nice getting to meet you, Hero. Yeah, you too. Mark talks a lot about you. I think you mean a lot to him. I've gathered that. It's kind of weird because the times with me he treasures I was too young to remember. Right now it feels like I'm really meeting him for the first time. To let you in on a little secret, it feels about the same for him too. He knew you as a baby, but here he's getting to know you as a real person. I'm surprised you two are getting along as well as you are considering that. Well, he's done a lot for me so far. I mean, without him, I might not make it to San Verdano in time. Yes, he mentioned you were on a strict timeline. I just don't want you pushing him around or taking advantage of his generosity, alright? I wouldn't dream of it. I know, you seem perfectly gracious. It's just that I'm really starting to get worried about this race. I know Mark's got faith in you and his old car and everything, but it all seems so risky. I mean, what if someone gets hurt? What if someone gets killed? You really think that could happen? I don't know, maybe. The real question should be, is it worth the risk finding out? What other option do we have, though? We already shook on it, and I don't think there's any way out of this city. If you got some brilliant plan, by all means, let me know. Well, I did have one idea, but I know Mark wouldn't like it. What are you talking about? Well, Stan's always had a bit of a thing for me. He's always making comments and going on about how I'm wasted dating a preacher. Of course, I always brush him off, but he's convinced I harbor some secret desire for him. If I were to go into the shop and distract him for a while, do you think we could take care of his car? Can you mess with the engine or something? I mean, cut the brakes. Stan fixed the engine with no trouble, that just delayed the inevitable. Cutting the brakes, on the other hand, he might not notice until it's too late. You can't be serious, can you? I mean, what if he gets hurt or something? So what if he does? You'll get what you want, Mark will get his car back, and I'll have one less weirdo stalking me. Sounds like the pros outweigh the cons on this one to me. I guess you're right, but I don't know. I'm going to have to think on this a bit. I was kind of hoping to keep my conscience guilt-free for a little while. Mark would be pretty disappointed to hear how low we stooped, even if it was for the greater good. Well, luckily I don't give a damn about Stan, so I'm ready whenever you are. Just come and find me when you're ready to do it, and we can go from there. I'll be hanging around Mark's trailer in the mornings before I head off to work in the afternoon, so come see me then. Alright, I'll remember that. Well, I guess I better get going. Break time's over. It's good talking to you, Hero. Yeah, you too. So, she's definitely a little hypocritical, willing to cut a dude's brakes, but not willing to let Mark race. And I need to pick up some more food, I think. No ATM here. That's my number. And I have 749. I'm gonna take out 40. Okay, that'll allow me to buy some bacon bombs, and we'll be good to go. Now let me make sure I do have enough stamina. I should survive the night. But in the morning, we need to get cracking on a car. So, let's go ahead and go to sleep, and we may as well write a journal page. Well, this looks like my bed for the night. Day 17. Oh, am I in your way? Sorry about that, Hero. I was just feeding Trinity for Mark. Here, let me get out of your way. Did you think about what we talked about yesterday at all? You mean cutting Stan's brakes? Well, yeah. I won't pursue it if you don't think it's a good idea, but it's the fastest way out of this mess. I know Mark probably wouldn't approve, but I just don't want to see him get hurt behind the wheel. I know what I'd do if something happened to him. Man who should be in danger, it's that sleazeball. It certainly does simplify things for us, I suppose. So what do you say? Shall we go and tip the scales in our favor, or not? Well, I've got 13 days before I got to be in San Verdano. I've still got 3 parts left to get before the car will be ready to race too. Considering all that, maybe it's not such a crazy idea. No, let's not do it today. I'm still not sure if it's a good plan. Change your mind, come see me before I leave for work. Understood? So, we're going to stop the video here. For now, we have to start finding these car parts and get everything working. Cutting brakes is not a very heroic thing to do, and well, we'll see how far we have to go to win. Anyway, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.